Here we go from Arrowhead to Orchard Park. This is Tables and Tailgates, your weekly Chiefs and Bills podcast. Reactions, predictions, league surprises, and more. Also, with the energy of a tailgate. Grab a drink, fire up the grill, and let's talk football. All right, Tables and Tailgates fam, you know it. We're all about repping our teams the right way. And now we've teamed up with the NFL Shop, the official online store of the NFL. If you're looking for the latest jerseys, sideline gear, hats, or collectibles, this is the place. Every team, every player, officially licensed, straight from the source. Right now, you can gear up for game day, and support the podcast all at the same time. Just click the link in our show notes or head to our socials. It takes you straight to the NFLshop.com. That's right. That's the NFLshop.com, where real fans get their gear. We're back, guys. Week 6. God, was it a rough fucking week 6. But real quick, huge shout out to all of our new subscribers and followers, and of course the OGs who have been riding with us from the start. We love you guys. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but guess what? You're here with us, and we appreciate you for that.
Right.
I know it was a rough week. The best way to support the show, hit that follow button, smash that like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, your crew, and ring that bell so you never miss when we drop new content. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Guys, we are changing a little bit. I will say that. We are a day late to get it wherever you get your podcast. We're changing it a little bit. So our Tuesday podcast is going to be strictly Buffalo and Kansas City, and then we're going to do an around the league on Friday. So that'll be us just spitballing, having fun, BSing about the rest of the league. Buffalo drops 4-1, and the Chiefs lose a heartbreaker in Jacksonville. All that right now on Tables and Tailgates.
I had
We made
a
it.
fully loaded clip for you, Tom. And then the Chiefs fucked it all up. I told Dave about it because I didn't want to jinx ourselves. I was gonna come in. I was gonna come in heavy with Chiefs just playing some bowling ball. We sleep 30 points. I mean, I was gonna do everything you do.
Didn't even
And
get
then
to it. Mahomes put
and then
on
they
the
shit the
Superman
bed.
cape. Yeah, dude.
I'm sorry for that. That would have been perfect.
I know, dude. I had it ready.
Look, it was rough.
Oh, man.
I'll just start with that. Look, we start with Buffalo. I'll just go right into it. We'll just start it.
Okay.
That was by far the worst we've seen Buffalo play since last year, since week 5 of last year. We'll get to that in a little bit, right? Trust me, I have enough to talk about Buffalo that I could spend all hour talking about.
Oh, we know that.
Let's go with the good. Let's start with the good stuff. And then we may hit the bad stuff, and then the real ugly things. The good thing, look, Josh did go 22 of 31 for 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. So he still has the streak of throwing a touchdown. He doesn't have the touchdown rushing. I think I kind of jinxed that. But Buffalo drops 23-20 on on the Patriots. Don't want to speak too soon because we still have to go see those guys. But, dude, look, Dalton Kincaid, I will say this, going in for his second year, it was huge what that man did. I will say that was huge. He's starting to make a splash in Buffalo. We couldn't even get James Cook running, and I get it. We kind of just abandoned the whole James Cook, let's try to rush. It was kind of like they got us off schedule. Buffalo wasn't ready. The O-line, for the most part, kept Josh Allen, gave him a good amount of time in the pocket.
Yeah.
Josh Allen was sacked one time, right? I think it was sacked one time for a 9-yard loss. But we didn't get to see much of that 12 and 13 personnel packages that I was talking about on the last podcast that we wanted to see Buffalo do. Bring that back. Teams don't know if you're going to throw. They don't know if you're going to hand off. They don't even know if they don't know. For the love of fucking God, quit trying to make everything look like Kansas City. You are not Steve Spagnuolo. You are not Andy fucking Reid. And you are not going to give it to fucking Dawson Knox and have Josh fumble it. It looked like Dawson Knox didn't even know what's going on. I can sit here and complain all day. I'm not going to. Look, the offense looked. It's like they looked abysmal, but the last time they looked like this was Week 5 last year. And guess who we lost to Week 5 last year? The Texans.
Patriots?
Guess who?
Oh,
No,
Texans.
Texans.
That's right.
Guess who was guess who was on that team?
It was a revenge game this time around.
Stephon Diggs.
That's right. Oh my goodness. The man could catch everything out there. He looked phenomenal. Really impressive for coming back from an ACL injury.
Yeah.
And I got to give it up to Drake May. Drake May out Josh Allen in Josh Allen's home. I mean, he was making all the throws that needed to be made. That sideline throw and catch, ooh, that was something to see from Josh Allen. Drake May, I mean, he looked pretty good.
He did.
That was one thing I was concerned about a little bit, is your secondary has not been playing as well as I thought it should coming into the season.
Yeah.
So it was a tighter first half, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Let's
yeah.
Well, that's a good segue for me to talk about our freaking defense, and I have a few things I want to pop up that are really cool little things that I found, and we'll pop this up since we are there, and we'll kind of segue into Buffalo. Give me a minute just to pop it up. It's going to take a second here, which is fine, but we can keep talking until I can get to this thing, which I should have had it ready, but look at me.
I was shocked that with what you were saying earlier about Drake May, he did not throw a single touchdown pass for as good as he played. I mean, he was dialed in. And Stephon Diggs was carving up Buffalo, playing like he was back in the day with like the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
And that was impressive though with Drake May.
It was. All right, check it out. So I was watching. Guys, I'm kind of surprised. Like, so Sunday, I didn't scream. I wasn't jumping and yelling. I was sitting on our recliner. You guys didn't know about this? We got a free recliner. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, pretty good. Anyways, so I said, dude, I was feeling like crap. Monday, I felt like crap. Tuesday, I kind of started feeling just a little bit better, but I feel better. I had some allergy things, but so I was watching. First things first, I love watching those guys. I love watching Nick Wright and those guys. But this was one of the things that stood out to me. That is this a bad game or bad sign for Josh Allen? This is not a. This is to me a bad game. If you think about it, the last time Buffalo lost the turnover battle was 2023 Week 18. They had 3 turnovers that game. The last time we put up below 21 points was when we lost to Houston in Week 5 last year. The last time we had 0 rushing touchdowns was Week 9 in 2024 when we lost to the Rams. Other than that, Buffalo has won the last 7 out of their 8 games. Not including Week 18. This is excluding Week 18, and that's what it says there. I want to make sure everybody knows that because Josh Allen only played 1 snap. The only reason he played that snap was because he cares more about his starts than really a lot of other stats. It's kind of a weird thing. But so if I could say one thing to you guys, can you please pray that Buffalo just gets from here on out until Josh Allen retires? Can we just have Buffalo not play on Week 5? Can we just have them that's their bye week?
You do not want to buy that early.
Yes.
Listen, I mean, you guys get a bounce back game, though, to be fair. I mean,
what's the bounce
your next game's against the Panthers, bro. That's your next opponent.
No, we play the Falcons.
We play the Falcons. Sorry, Monday night. The Falcons, and then you get your bounce back game. You're right. You got the Falcons. That'll actually be a pretty good matchup, I think, for you guys.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna save the other one for last, right before we get done talking, because I thought it was really funny that somebody posted. I just got a chuckle out. I may have sent it to you guys, but look, the defense played great ball. They kept us in this game over the first half. I believe, in my opinion, I think the defense kept Buffalo in this game. We didn't play bad. Our secondary is not playing as good as everybody thought they were coming in. But look, we don't have Maxwell Hairston. That was
Mhm.
our number one round draft pick that we picked up this year, or this past draft, and he hasn't even played. I don't even think the guy's gonna, and we'll get to that. I don't want to get too far, but he hasn't even played yet. He hasn't even practiced in a full capacity with the team since like week 2 of training camp. So
Hmm.
there's that. I thought our run defense looked good for the most part. Our third down defense was a lot better. It's getting better, but look, even though all of that, and we can say, I mean, we sacked Drake May 4 times, but can we
Yeah.
just be honest? It doesn't matter what you do there. If you lose the turnover battle, 3 turnovers, I think is what it was, and just the penalties alone, and I ended up putting some of this. So let me jump into this because this is the craziest part of it. Is so I kind of put together this. Well, I didn't put this together, but I want you guys to be able to see this. This is crazy. So, and we won't go through over this thing all the way. I know we kind of stretch on time, but the amount of penalties we had 11 accepted penalties. False start, and you can go through them: false start, illegal formation, defensive pass interference, offensive pass interference, ineligible man downfield, Connor McGovern, you know. Well, there's 2 of them there, and there's what is that? OH. That would be um,
Offensive holding.
offensive holding,
Yeah.
illegal
Yeah.
contact, unnecessary roughness. Couple more. What do we have? Defensive holding, offensive pass interference, illegal formation, offsides, offensive holding. You can't win a game by putting up that many penalties and having the worst turnover. Look, think about it like this. Even with all of that, and I will say this, Drake May's good. We know he's going to be great. We can already see it. I mean, is he going to be Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes? No. But, I mean, I do surely see this kid, if he keeps in this trajectory, being a top 5 quarterback for sure. But with that, I mean, even though all of that, and Diggs put up what 300, I don't even know how many it was. I don't even know how many yards. It was stupid, like
I
300
mean,
and some
he
yards.
torched you guys.
He had
It was
10
insane.
receptions, 146 yards
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
still
on
only
12
lost by 3.
targets.
And we still only
Yeah.
lost by 3. So, look, Bills fans, it's not all doom and gloom. Okay, it's fine. We did this last year, week 5. Everybody wanted to jump off bandwagon. Buffalo's still here, guys. We're still here. We're not going nowhere. I promise you, we're not going nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're number 2 right now in the playoff seeding. If the playoffs started
Yes,
today, you guys would be the
the
second
Colts
seed.
are number 1.
That's
It's
right.
fine, boys. It's okay. I'm just
And
gonna
the
tell.
Chiefs would not be in it at all.
No,
Yeah.
they would not.
Look, man. That look. Buffalo, and we'll just kind of keep pushing forward with this whole thing. Buffalo still has not opened three positions. We have that 3 huge playmakers. Their windows could have been open last week. Rookie cornerback Maxwell Harrison, offensive tackle Tylen Grable, and kicker Tyler Bass. Which, whatever. Okay, I'm not too worried about Tyler Bass. We're good in the kicking department, but for fuck's
Must be
sake,
nice.
here's why here's what makes me angry. All right, Kansas City goes out. Let's just say this real fast. Kansas City goes out, picks up a cornerback in the first round. Okay, he gets injured. His 4 weeks are up. He missed a lot of training camp and stuff like that, but his 4 weeks are up. They're saying, hey, like he's on the sidelines looking great, right? He's working with personal trainers, looking explosive like he did week 2. Or, sorry, second week of training camp, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You still haven't. Would you open his 21-day practice window?
I mean,
Why
yeah, if he's
not?
able to play, yeah.
Because Sean McDermott has this, and this is my only gripe with Sean McDermott. He has this thing. Well, they're not. They're just. They come to us. They're not too mature. They're not this. They don't know how to play the NFL correct, and we're just going to set them up for failure. So we got to do a lot of work to get them prepared to be able to play in the NFL. Bitch is but you didn't do that shit with Keon Coleman, motherfucker. You didn't do that shit with Dalton Kincaid.
Wait, so how much is it the head coach's decision or the offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator? Because I can tell you in Kansas City, it's like that, but it's on the defense. If you can play, Spags will have you out there for the most part. And I'll talk a little bit about that for the Chiefs. But
Yeah.
usually, if you're good, you're getting reps on the defense. Matt Nagy on the offensive side, though, bro, we drafted Jalen Royals. I'm not even sure he's on the team. I saw him go out there for like 3 snaps. He's running around. I don't know what he does. I don't
Yeah.
know what the man does out there. So,
Well,
for the offense, players take forever to get implemented into the system unless they're Xavier Worthy or Rushy Rice. Uh, but on the defense, it's going right away. Is it like that for your team? Is it come down to the coordinators, or is it
I
a
don't
McDermott thing?
look at this point. I don't even know. I know a lot of things. It is down to still the physical trainers, the doctors and stuff. Like McDermott and them say it all the time. We're not doctors. Look, and I'm not a GM or a coach. I couldn't do that. I don't understand. I don't understand their side of their job like they don't understand mine. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know who at the end. But I'm telling you, if I seen 2 games like that, and it's based on my offense coordinator, defensive coordinator, and I'm the coach or the GM, I'm pulling rank and being like, we have one more game like that. Watch me fire your ass. I don't care how good you think you are. I can find another one. I'll go out and pay somebody
Yeah.
a fuck. Look, the Dolphins are about to lose a guy that can call a really good fucking offense when that's all he has to worry about.
You know who's about to be a free agent? Bill Belichick.
There you go. No,
He's probably
wouldn't that
about
be
to do that
crazy?
buyout.
Uh,
Bring him and his girl in.
yeah, but look, so Buffalo, but that's the thing. Buffalo went out this week and signed 2 players. Guess who they signed? They signed a linebacker, Baylor Spector,
Mhm.
and cornerback Jalen Kimber to the practice squad. Brandon Bean from the Bills Mafia, and everybody, well, probably not the Chiefs fans, but from us. Do you understand what insanity is? It's doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. How many times do you have to bring players in that have been, but they understand the process, and they understand the team. They've been here. They understand the process that goes on and us inside the building. I get it. I don't know your side of it, but please stop bringing in people that have been in the league for 6, 7, 8 years and aren't on a team. Baylor Spector was injured more than he played for Buffalo, I bet. I mean, the guy's he's injury prone. I call it the Bean Insanity Syndrome. Trademark it. Put that all over the internet. Final thoughts.
Are you suffering from BIS?
Yeah. Are you suffering from BIS? You only
Oh
have to do it a
god.
week. Oh, look at this. Why didn't you guys tell me I had something in my tooth?
I thought you
Yeah.
were
Well,
missing
you
a
probably
tooth all of a
shouldn't.
sudden.
Okay. Well, I wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah. I
well.
don't know.
It's good. You guys at least got to see that. Look, I'll just give you my final thoughts and let's move on to Kansas City.
Okay. All right.
That was probably, look, even though that was the worst we have seen Buffalo play since last season, week 5, roughly, or whenever it was last season,
Yeah.
like a full game, they still put up 20 points. We need our defense and our offense to play together all 4 quarters and play good football through all 4 quarters. Please, for me. And not just in spurts, right? We don't need our defense to play great for a quarter or 2, and then our offense, Josh, have to put the cape on. Or they both play good for a quarter or 2 quarters, and all of a sudden you don't play anymore. Guys, it's okay. Buffalo's going to right the ship. We're going to go on a heater. We're going to have the number 1 seed, and we're going to win the Super Bowl. On to Kansas City.
And then you wake up. What?
No. No wake up. That's just it.
Man, those Chiefs killed me, man.
Yep, Chiefs 28, Jags 31. Jimmy, yeah, dive into it because I've got a whole. I'm gonna go on just a mad tangent here, so I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Well, I'm gonna try not to cover
it.
any of your stuff, so I won't look at your notes. So I'm just gonna try
It's
to
all right.
spitball here.
Yeah,
But man,
no, go for it.
they killed us, man. Those first 2 drives, me and Dave were watching the game together, and I was like, "Yo, this is like 2019 Chiefs football right here."
Mm-hmm.
Throwing the ball
Yeah.
deep. I mean, they were crushing, and then I just don't know what happened. I mean, so like Tom, you complain that like either your offense is good or your defense is good. Both our offense and defense were killer, and then they both were just like, "Hey, we're up 14. We got this game in the bag. Let's just stop playing after the first quarter." And then I don't know what happened.
They pulled the
Dude,
Eagles.
I was.
Why are you guys taking a playbook out of the Eagles? I'm kidding.
I don't know.
I'm kidding, but you did.
But I really was thinking that the Chiefs were gonna. I didn't think it was gonna be a blowout. I don't think I said it was gonna be a blowout. I think I did actually, just as like a hopes, because the last time I said it was gonna be close or something. But
yeah,
I was hoping that they were at least just gonna get the dub, and then I was gonna feel way better about the Lions coming to Kansas City, and now I don't. So I'm a little worried. But Dave, take it away.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about the Lions. This is gonna be a descent into madness for me. Listen, I'll start off with the good in kind of like Tom's format. I'm just gonna kind of roll from there, go to bad, and then to the ugly. So, listen, Patrick Mahomes looked a lot better. He accounted for 385 yards of total offense. He's the leading rusher. It's fine. It's not ideal, but whatever gets the yardage. He looked good. Outside of him just not seeing the linebacker there at the goal line. Now, their reluctance to run the ball in that situation was kind of frustrating considering we were still picking up about 7 yards a carry. So the run game looked better. The O-line played really well. Joshua Simmons was questionable, ended up playing. He was sick. Juwan Taylor, 2 weeks of mistake-free
He had
football.
a penalty.
He was called. That wasn't on him. That was on the wide receiver. That was on Tyquan Thornton, not covering him up on the line. So they threw the flag, and obviously they called that on the O-line. So that was not on him, thankfully. Tyquan Thornton, hey, he looks good. 90 yards, 93 yards, I think, in total on 3 receptions. So O-line held up. The run game looked better. Pacheco, Hunt, and Brashard Smith, the rookie 7th-round draft pick, all were involved in the game. I'd like to see Smith more involved. He's definitely a great change of pace back. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Nick Bolton. I mean, the guy was a dog. He had that miraculous play on the goal line, punching the ball out of Trevor Lawrence's hands. My guess is that Jacksonville has done that play a few times. They've seen it on tape. Bolton knew exactly where Lawrence was going to go with the ball and punched it out. So I think you can argue luck, but I think that's a coaching thing right there. On to the bad, all right? And then this is...
Well, I think it was I think it was a coach thing, but the angle that they had, I was like, that's a touchdown. Because when you look down the goal line, the ball where it was, if you drew a line straight down, it looked like it was on the goal line. But look, and then they started showing more and more, and I'm like, whatever. Like, if it's one of those, did he have when did the possession?
Okay, Tom. If Mahomes had the ball and they were playing the Bills, is that still a fumble?
No,
or is that a touchdown?
No, I'm just saying.
Don't lie.
The way
Don't
I
lie.
look at it, it's going to be the
Don't
same.
lie. Shut the fuck up.
If I look at it, it's going to be the same. I want it to be a fumble.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. Hit us with your bad.
Hey, but that's regardless, because the Bills will just have the rules changed after the season anyway, if that came up. So it doesn't matter anyway, right? Anyway. Okay, listen. What are we doing? What's the coaching doing? What's the personnel decision? Why wasn't Noel Williams more involved in the game? Why do we have Shamari Connor out there? Noel Williams was only involved in 4 snaps on the defense. And Shamari Connor drew that foul in the end zone, the DPI, on the last drive of the game that set the Jags up on the goal line. What's up with that? The guy's the number 1 rated cornerback in the league, and he's not involved more in the game. Now, this is also more of a Brett Veach problem. But what? Mike Dana had his best performance of the year with 1 pressure. He's had 1 pressure all year. So frustrating. Like, we got rid of Mike Pennell, who's actually done really well for the Bengals. We have Dana in, who's had 1 pressure all season. And then I don't want to do this. Super nice guy, Drew Tranquil. He had an okay game, but when the ball was tipped up, he come rushing in there to try to catch the pass and fucked it up. That should have been an interception. Like, come on, bro.
Is that the one that touched like 5 players' hands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So me and Dave were at Hooters watching this, and I mean, there was only like 12 people in the whole place, but everyone's reaction was the same. We're sitting here, we're like, what the fuck? Everyone's like,
it was a roller coaster of emotion.
I was watching it, and as soon as it happened, I was like, well, he fucked that up for him. And then I seen who it was, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
The one person you wouldn't suspect to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew. Okay. Now, this is where it starts to get really bad. Special teams, man. Special teams. What the fuck? I mean, phase 3 really fell apart for us. Every single kick return, there was a holding call. Jack Cochran, who has been buried in the depth chart as linebacker, had multiple holding penalties. There was a double team block, which I haven't heard that penalty called for in I don't know how long.
28 years.
I mean, it happens, but I can't recall the last time I've seen that penalty called. Okay. Jack Cochran, though, bro, I would have been like, hey, man, you got to find your own way back. You about to go find a job at In-N-Out. I don't care where you work. You got to get your shit out of the locker room, bro. You got to go. There's got to be some other people we could find. And then Harrison Butker. I'm sick of talking about this man, the highest paid kicker in the NFL. Yeah, he made every single field goal, but then on the last kickoff, can't hit the ball into the landing zone? What the fuck? You know you can't kick it out of bounds. You especially cannot kick it out of bounds in that situation. Penalties. Dude, I am sick of this narrative that I've seen everywhere that the Chiefs get all the calls. They're going to talk about, oh, well, there's the pick play on the goal line. It's 1 yard out. It's a legal play. Every team in the NFL runs that play. I know, listen, if you're not a fan of it, do something about it in the offseason. Try to fix it, but every team runs it. And then you talk about, oh, well, the Chiefs, Trent McDuffie wouldn't have had that interception if they didn't commit DPI. Dude, players run into each other all the time, okay? That's what happened in that play. It's unfortunate.
And we talked
Sucks
about that.
for Jacksonville, but that shit happens. Kurt Warner agrees. Colin Cowherd was talking about it with Mike Priera, the rules analyst, and it doesn't help when you bring on a rules analyst that piles. I swear I don't hear about the officiating so much in every other game, but they have to talk about it in Chiefs games like they're getting away with fucking murder. When that's not the case. If that was the case, then why are the Chiefs getting 13 penalties to the Jags 4? Why did the Chiefs rack up 109 yards in penalties when the Jags only accounted for 25 yards? Okay, the stats have to matter at some point. Oh, okay, I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it.
Well, and
that's just okay.
Yeah, that's the same as Hockey in Buffalo. Buffalo Bills fans hate Hockey Lee so much because it's, oh, he calls all these. Yeah, he calls them, but guess what? Go back and actually watch that game, Bills. It's just like this Chiefs game. They called a hell of a fucking game. And every penalty we had was on us. Look, two things real fast. That DPI on the goal line was not. I walked in and I was like, oh, I thought they were on the 4 or 5. I'm like, yeah, that's the biggest DPI ever. And then when the wife's like, no, they were on the 2. And I'm like, oh, no, you just be a bigger man. Knock him down.
Oh yeah,
And then
on
that other one,
the pick play on the OPI.
yeah, and then the other one I
Well,
looked at, I re-looked at it after we. Oh yeah, the OPI. Sorry. And then the
no.
and then the DPI that we talked about, and I was like, hey, when I first looked at that, I thought it was, and then turned around, no, it wasn't. Sorry guys, it was not. They ran into each other.
I think people think like, oh, he put his heart, but that's a natural reaction. If somebody runs into you and you're not expecting it, it's like, oh shit, like that happens. So no, I'm glad you looked at it. Kurt Warner agrees. I just think the commentating like does not help at all. Yeah. Chris Jones, I got to talk about Chris Jones. He's our best defensive player, and I think to a certain extent he is. The man is double teamed, he's triple teamed because Karlaftis hasn't done a lot. Obviously, we talked about Mike Dana, who's been non-existent on the defensive line. Fun fact for you: did you know that Jamar Chase has more solo tackles this season than Chris Jones?
Ouch.
That's not a great look.
No.
Chris Jones is getting up there in age. He's dragging around a 14-inch penis. He gets tired. He was gassed. He was gassed on that last drive. We've got Ashton Gelati, Omar Norman Lott, who wasn't available for this game. Let's rotate out our D-line a little bit more. Chris Jones cannot be in as many snaps as he used to be before and still be effective. Him on that last play, the last defensive play of the game, Trevor Lawrence not only falls once, falls twice. I'm getting Marcus Mariota, Andrew Luck, bullshit vibes in the playoffs. Thankfully, it was not a playoff game, where just miraculously he's able to get up, dust himself off, make a call to his wife or girlfriend. He's able to just strut around back there before moseying into the end zone untouched. It's absolutely wild to me. And you've got Chris Jones, who's got the best seat in the house, with a fucking bucket of popcorn, watching as Trevor Lawrence wins the fucking game. Absolutely insanity.
Look, Trevor Lawrence,
listen.
Dude, Trevor Lawrence went over there and put butter in the fucking popcorn before he went into the end zone, too.
He did. He got butter. He got all the fucking fixings. He got the nachos. Holy shit. He took like 8 seconds off the clock. He ran slower than I've seen Peyton Manning or Tom Brady run. It's absolutely insane. And Chris Jones, again, got the best seat in the house. Dude, I mean, listen, if you're out in the field, like, okay, so at first, when I first saw the play, I thought, okay, so maybe the coaches were like, hey, just let him score. We've still got 3 timeouts. We've got the best quarterback in the game. Let's get the ball back to our offense. But then I see the effort everybody else is putting in. It's obvious Chris Jones is gassed, but you gotta, dude, you've gotta move. You've got to move.
At least try something. Don't stand there and point like, get him.
Fuck, I would have fell over and grabbed my knee or something. Yeah. Something, anything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so, all right. Still love you, Chris Jones, but damn, bro. Listen,
not good on tape.
Then we get the fucking special teams fuck up with Harrison Butker, and Mahomes is out there. Now, we've seen, and Bills fans have seen that with enough time, the Chiefs can get down the field and get a field goal.
Why 13 seconds? I'm kidding. It was about that.
No. There was more. Anyways. It was like 16 seconds, 18 seconds. So Mahomes sometimes to me feels like just this hypothetical. Have you guys ever heard of the monkey paw game? It's like, hey, I'll make a wish and you tell me what the downside of that is. You know, I wish for $1 million. Oh, well, then someone you know dies and you inherit that money. It's kind of like that. For me, Patrick Mahomes has always been this walking monkey paw where it's oh, you're the best quarterback in the world, but everybody you play with can't catch the ball and becomes a functioning idiot. I, I feel like in critical moments in that game yesterday where Mahomes needed someone to come through, they didn't. And nothing illustrates that more than on that long pass. That was like 10 yards, 10, 15 yards to Hollywood Brown. And you can see the path he would run up is very similar to actually the Chiefs Bills game. We take that route up the field to the left sideline. Mahomes throws it in the best spot he possibly can, and Hollywood Brown doesn't even have a reaction to it. It hits the man basically in the shoulder pads. That was really frustrating. Yeah. And another thing is the secondary. Listen, they gave up a lot of runs to Trevor Lawrence, and I think they kind of started to account for that later in the game. But one thing I don't think that's talked about enough is the secondaries looked lost in big moments. They looked lost in the Chargers game. They recouped a little bit since then, and they kind of looked lost a little bit later. I think we're underselling how important Justin Reid was to the Kansas City Chiefs. And now that they have that leadership piece that's missing, the secondary doesn't look the same. Do I think that will get better with time? Yes. Do I think if they get Shamari Connor out of there and get Noah Williams back in the game that we can see a little bit more of a cohesive unit? Yes. The thing that really sucks for me is that the Chiefs unequivocally lost this game. They lost it. I mean, I'll give some credit to the Jags, but if you look at the stat sheet, the Chiefs held ETN to minimal yardage. They were the better offensive team. They converted when they needed it. They were the better team on the field in every department except the one that matters the most, and that's the score. So that gives me optimism because the Chiefs offense has looked like it's improved dramatically. Rashid Rice is on his way back. This game started off so amazing and then just went to shit really quick. But all was not lost. The Chiefs have been 2-3 as recently as I think it was 2021, and they ended up going to the AFC Championship. So there's still time.
Yeah.
But shit, dude, we got to figure out the penalties. We got to tighten up the secondary. We've got to get the run game going. And we've got to right the ship. And that's my TED Talk. I wasn't quite as crazy as I thought I was going to be, but fuck.
Hard watch, me nervous. Makes me nervous for next week. But we'll see what happens.
Well, you don't have a lot of time, and I don't want to end up having to keep you, and we can always run through mine afterwards. Let's hear your side for your predictions. That's a good segue. We'll just jump right into Lions at Kansas City. Lions.
Would you believe that the Chiefs
GEHA Field
Sunday Night Football? Chiefs are actually favored. They're favored right now, which is absolutely wild, but I think it has to do with the injuries on the Lions side of the ball. I'll run through this really quick. Listen, Mahomes has never beaten Jared Goff. This is going to be, I think, a tough matchup for the Chiefs. However, the Chiefs are kind of benefiting from the fact that the Lions are hurt. Their secondary's injured. Amon-Ra St. Brown showed up on the injury report today with the injured wrist. And I think it's a winnable game. I did not think that going into the Jags game. Regardless of how that game would have went out, I thought the Lions were probably going to end up beating the Chiefs, and I still to somewhat of an extent think that. But here's the key matchups. The Chiefs secondary, if they can play cohesive against the Lions wide receivers who may be missing Amon-Ra St. Brown, if the Chiefs can limit Sonic and Knuckles, Jahmyr Gibbs, and David Montgomery, and the Lions secondary is also hurt as well. So they're missing Terron Arnold, who is on injured reserve. TJ Reed has a hamstring injury. So, yeah, I think – I don't know if it's going to be a super high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a coaching battle all around. And I think if the Chiefs can fix, albeit quite a few mistakes, and if Harrison Butker can kick the ball properly, I think they've got a shot in this game. So here's my thing. I think the Chiefs win if they control the line of scrimmage, they limit penalties, and they minimize mistakes in the third phase and special teams. I think the Lions win if they control the time of possession and limit turnovers. I think that's what it comes down to. I think if Dan Campbell is very aggressive and they just wear out the Chiefs defense, it's going to be a long game, and I think that the Lions will win in that situation. Honestly, I think the Lions are probably going to win, but I think this is a bit of a game back against the wall sort of game for the Chiefs. I've got the Chiefs winning 28-24. Jimmy, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think they can win if they just keep their foot on that gas pedal and play the football that they were playing those first two drives against the Jaguars. That was a team we haven't seen all year on both sides of the ball. And so I hope that they kind of are at the point where they're like, this is enough. We need to win. And that would be great to see, like a 35-28 victory for the Chiefs.
Wow.
Maybe.
Okay.
25-38. Wow.
Man.
Okay.
I got to put some money on that.
Yeah, that's huge. Look.
I said 35-28.
Oh, I thought you said.
Oh, okay.
You dyslexic fuck. Who scores 25? Who scores 25 points in a game? What is that?
35-28. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Safety. I don't. Anywho. So what? Golly, man. I tell you what.
All right.
Look, I'm gonna look at it like this. Before we move on to Buffalo, you guys got a really big game coming up, and I said if Kansas City went and beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, it just went in and dog walked, showed them like, hey, we're 100% back. Do I think they're 100% back? No, you're not. You can't be. I don't care how good you statistically look on paper. I don't care how good you think Patrick Mahomes played, because Josh Allen, if you look at both of their stats last week, we both lost. Statistically, if you look at both of those players and you look at their stats, pretty similar. Both threw a pick. Josh didn't throw a pick six, and then looked like a fucking duck when he laid down. But what was his what is his name? Nick Wright, the tackle that changed the tide. He didn't fucking tackle that time. Looked like a fucking duck flopping down. But
I don't even want him going out for those tackles. That's a whole different discussion. I don't understand.
Anyways, I think it's going to be like this.
Yep.
I think it's going to be 24-21. The Lions win. And then I think Kansas City goes on a heater from week 6 on and doesn't lose another game.
That's right. They beat the Bills. You heard it here first.
I'm telling you. If Buffalo plays the same way we have been, absolutely. Absolutely.
For the one game?
They're going to. Yeah, I don't know, man. You guys have lost one game. It'll be like you say, divisional opponent. Now, I will say that Mike Vrabel is. I think he's on par with McDermott.
Yeah.
As a coach.
Hell of a coach.
So
what he's doing with those guys up there is
nuts. And I don't think you guys have had another good coach in your division since Belichick left. And then Belichick wasn't even that good for the last few years anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, look.
All right, let's get to your Bills are playing the Falcons, man.
Yeah.
How you feeling about it? That's going to be a good matchup, I think.
I'm not happy about any of it. I don't it's Monday night. Look, here's what happened last time. This is why I'm feeling great about it. That's how am I feeling? I'm feeling great. Buffalo, listen,
okay.
We went on a heater after week 5 last year. Okay? We need to get them. I said this last week. More 12 and 13 personnel packages, for the love of God. Start making teams fear the pass again. When you had the 12 and 13 personnel packages, do you know why everybody else seemed to get a little separation and Josh could just throw the ball to 8 different receivers and get 20, 40 yards? Because it gave everybody time. They had to put more people on our tight ends. They didn't know if they were going to run, so they had to have somebody stay and spy because you have Josh Allen. And you end up having, you bring in James Cook. You got to have a guy sit there and spy. That allows somebody to get open in there. Come on, bring the pass game back. This will help the run game. We got to keep them unbalanced, man. We got to keep teams unbalanced till we figure out this defense. We really do. But we need to lean on our tight ends. We lead the NFL with 395 receiving yards from our tight ends. It's tight ends. Buffalo leads the league. And 108 of those came last week to Dalton Kincaid. For the love of God. Please. I'm talking to you, OC. For the love of God, do it. Moving on. Defense and our defense against Falcons offense. Look, Atlanta's had 2 weeks to prepare for Buffalo. They had a bye week.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 things they're going to have going for them in this matchup, and that's their rushing duo, Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. They need to be contained. We have to contain those guys and stop them. I mean, it's insane. Our defense ranks near the bottom in rushing. We've been getting better, allowed per carry. But first, Bijan Robinson against defensive front that allows 145.6 yards per game and 5.6 yards per carry is not good. We have to shut that down. And one person is Ed Oliver. We need him back. Ed Oliver in the mix in that rotation just makes Buffalo's run defense so much more stronger. Second, Atlanta's pass defense has limited opponents to 135 passing yards per game this season with 78.3 QB rating, and Buffalo doesn't have number one receivers that really scare a defense right now. 12 and 13 man packages help open up a little bit of the run defense. Our run offense, because it's phenomenal. We can get running. Those guys can create it, but you have to scheme other things up. Guys, figure it out. I'm not even going to get into the whole freaking injury report thing because we have to wait. It's a Monday game, so we're not going to have a lot out since we're playing. So be on the lookout. Matt Milano, all I'll say about it is, Matt Milano, we love you. From Bills Mafia, we love you to death. But my God, dude, the injuries, my guy, you're done.
Didn't he play last week?
Last year. Yeah, and got hurt. And guess what? He hurt.
No, he didn't get hurt again?
Anyways, stupid. Look, the Bills going to win this in 2 ways: on offense and on defense. I believe we can win this if Josh Allen, the offense, gets back to playing great complementary football and get Jimbo actually running hard-nosed football, but with 12 and 13 man packages. Keep them guessing. Don't try this fancy stuff. And just get out there and play what you did the first 4 weeks. It worked. Quit going away from it until somebody proves you otherwise. We need Buffalo to come out with those. More 12, 13. I can't keep saying it every week and you don't do it. It's teams fear that. Make them plan for that. Look, on the defense, our run defense and our secondary need to play 4 full quarters of good football for once. And we need Ed Oliver back in the line. That's all I'm going to say about it. Buffalo 24, Falcons 17. Buffalo goes on a heater. That's it. That's all I'm talking about for that game because I'm excited. I'm pumped.
I got the same score you do, except I've got Falcons 24, Bills 17. I think the Falcons match up very well against the Bills. I think the Falcons have a good run attack. I think the Falcons have a really good defense, and they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. I know it's not what you want to hear, but I think the Falcons can win this game. I think if they control the time of possession and frustrate Josh Allen, I think it's going to be a long game for the Bills. I think the Falcons can win.
Okay.
See, I have it going the other way. I have the Bills coming out and kicking the shit out of the Falcons, to be honest with you. I think an angry Josh is equivalent to a come from behind, angry Mahomes. I think they're very comparable. And I think Josh was really thinking he was going to win that game. So I think they're going to. I think this is going to be a not as close of a game as you guys think. I think the Falcons are going to get fucking wally womped, unfortunately. But I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it 36-7. No, let's say
Oh
36 to
my god!
6. They're not even going to score a touchdown. They kick 2 field goals. 36-6 Bills.
Wow.
Wow,
Wow.
that's
Who's the real
huge.
Bills fan in this podcast?
Not me, but I think I am a huge
Sending you a
Josh
hat.
Allen fan. I really
Sending you a
like
hat.
Josh Allen, and I think when Josh Allen gets mad, he's him and Mahomes. That's what I love, like that 13-second game. I mean, those motherfuckers were like two wizards fighting each other for that last like 5 minutes. I mean, it was just touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. I mean, it was awesome. And
Yeah,
so I think who's the quarterback of the Falcons? Is it still Kirk Cousins or who is it?
Penix.
Or
Michael
Penix?
Penix.
Yeah, um,
big Penix synergy.
that's right. Penix is
Big.
good, but I think the Bills are just going to swarm, and I think they're going to get back on track. Unfortunately,
Okay. I like it. Listen, real fast, we'll pound through these and then we'll close this thing out. If both teams win, which AFC storyline is going to dominate next week? Uh,
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
yeah.
I think the Lions are one of the best teams in the NFL right now. I think they're just injured. So it's kind of a right time, right place situation for the Chiefs, in my opinion. I think if the Bills win the game, it's a game the Bills were supposed to win. So
yeah.
I don't know. I can't see it really going any other way for the storyline. I
The
think it'll be a bigger storyline if the Bills potentially lose and the Chiefs win. Then maybe there'll be more talking heads about the Bills loss. And, 2 losses in a row. What does that mean for Josh Allen and the Bills? Honestly, not much. Even if the Bills do lose this game, I don't think it's an NFC opponent. It's not going to matter much at the end of the season when we're going through the brackets. But as of
Yeah.
now, yeah, I think if the Chiefs upset the Lions on Sunday night, that's going to be the big talking piece.
Yeah, I agree. Jimmy, what do you think? You like that too?
yeah, I feel the same. The Chiefs are in such a slump. I feel like they don't have the option to lose. They have to win. I think that'd be the biggest story than the Bills either winning again or losing to a not actually bad Falcons team. So, and
This
like
is the
Dave
last
said,
game without our receiver. Sorry. Yeah,
yeah,
go on. Sorry.
is that over? I can't
Mm-hmm.
wait.
Yeah,
I can't
look,
wait.
I have the same way. I agree. I think if Kansas City goes out and just dog walks, because look, here's my thing, and this is why I'll tell Bills fans and everybody else: there is not a more complete team right now in the NFL than the Lions. You go out and beat them, bro. Kansas City's back this early. The NFL don't want that. We'll all be on alert quickly, and
That'd
it
be
will get
nice.
nasty. We don't want that. Look,
Yeah.
I agree. I Here's the only reason I will say if either of them lose, which one will be under more pressure. Of course, we know the Chiefs because if most of the AFC wins and Kansas City loses, which that's kind of not how it's going to work. But anyways, the teams that
Who
need
knows?
to stretch away from Kansas City, Kansas City goes out there and just still looks like complete dog water when it matters the most, which is the end score. Yeah, but Buffalo. If Kansas City wins and Buffalo loses it tremendously, do we need to trade for someone? Maybe a linebacker or safety, and God forbid, Bean, quit freaking going out. Fuck, man, quit going out and picking up guys you already had. There's a reason they're on the couch right now. And it's not because it's not because teams like, oh, they never played for us. So can't even make the practice squad. Dude, the Saints, guess what? Go out there. They're about to get rid of their whole entire team. The Jets, go out there and grab somebody from them for a few trade picks that come help the linebacker position or something. I know we don't have a lot of
I
cap
would
money.
be
Jesus Christ.
So happy if the Chiefs got back Justin Reed and they ended up picking up Alvin Kamara from the Saints.
Dude, you know what? I would honestly quit watching the NFL
Oh,
for
no,
the
you
rest of,
wouldn't.
because
I
I
don't think
would
you would
for
No,
either.
one
you
reason.
wouldn't.
Here's why. Most of the NFL I would. Why the hell do we keep allowing Kansas City to go out and make all these trades?
Hey, most of these trades
Somebody
were
else
from
needs to
your
steal 'em.
team.
No, somebody needs to go take these, steal them from Kansas City for fuck. Anyways, whatever. Guys, I loved it. Listen, this podcast. Look, I know we were a day late on it. We had some work things that everybody had to do. It just wasn't right to get it recorded yesterday, and we kind of want to be just a little bit more laid back, more like ourselves, and not so by the book on just what we write down in notes and be so strict with. So this is a little bit funner for us. Look, around the league, episodes will be dropping. The first one will drop probably this Saturday. We'll be recording those on Friday, and we'll be recording the tables and tailgates on Tuesday, and those will drop on Wednesday. Unless we have to change them, they'll be a day before or a day later, depending on our work. We got full-time jobs, just like all of you guys do. But again, thank you guys. Huge shout out to all of our new subscribers and followers, and of course, all the OGs who have been here riding with us from the start. We love you guys. Thank you for watching another episode of Tables and Tailgates. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but guess what? You're here with us, and we greatly appreciate that. The best way to support the show, hit the follow button, smash that like button, subscribe, share it with your crew, and ring the bell so you never miss when we drop new content. New episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday, permitting on our work schedules. But look, they'll be wherever you get your podcast from. Episode 7 will be coming soon, boys. Episode 1 of Around the League, which is going to be fun. I like kind of, trust me, where their heads were going, talking about it is going to be great. But that's going to do it from us, as always. From Arrowhead to Orchard Park, thanks for joining us on Tables and Tailgates. Until next week, keep smashing tables, keep tailgating, keep loving football.